pictures of Navjot Singh Sidhu, who has arrived, and that's the breaking story that we're getting at this hour. Punjab Congress President Navjot Singh Sidhu is filing for nomination papers. He remembers contesting the Amritsar East constituency. Sidhu is a sitting MLA from Amritsar East, a seat he won comfortably in the year 2017 with no big face contesting against him. This time, it is Shiromani Akali Dal's Bikram Majithia, and he is contesting against him. They are in a head-to-head contest. Visuals on your screens right now are live from Amritsar East, where Navjot Singh Sidhu is filing for his nomination in the run-up to Punjab elections. We'll just go across to my colleague Kamaljeet also for more details on that story with pictures of Navjot Singh Sidhu, who's been in the middle of a controversy given the kind of allegations that have surfaced. The opposition there in the state using it against Sidhu to target him. Meanwhile, there also continues to be pause there. The press trying to get a reaction from Navjot Singh Sidhu given the kind of allegations that have been made by his own sister, who had just yesterday come out and said that Sidhu had abandoned their old mother and she died. A destitute is what she had claimed, with the BJP raising this issue and trading barbs against Navjot Singh Sidhu. But today, important day for Navjot Singh Sidhu, where he's filing for his nomination. Kamaljeet is with us for more details on that story, and this is going to be an interesting battle, Kamal, like we've been talking about. It's a head-to-head contest with Shiromani Akali Dal's Bikram Majithia. Kamal, if you can hear me, we're talking about how this is going to be a head-to-head contest, really, given how Shiromani Akali Dal has chosen to field Bikram Majithia against Sidhu. Both of them, of course, don't see eye to eye.
Well, absolutely. Navjot Singh Sidhu has worked bang on time. This is 11:12, 11:15 is the time that he had given. Now, remember, all these leaders believe in auspicious beginnings. They do have an astrologer. So, yes, they have gone ahead with the timing they had announced, which is at around 11:15. Amritsar East is now a hot contest as far as Bikram Majithia versus Navjot Singh Sidhu is concerned. Dressed in a black Pathani attire, wearing a blue shawl, he walks into the DC office. Amritsar East is his constituency. This is something all eyes definitely going to be on, because he's going to be a giant player between the both of them. This is also where Jeevan Jyoti from the Aam Aadmi Party, he may be nobody as compared to these two big leaders, but many of the local people are pointing out that Aam Aadmi Party may just have a choice between these two leaders. Again, we are looking at a hot contest between these two players. There are personal ugly remarks being made. Clearly, Navjot Singh Sidhu, at this point of time, facing an uphill task. He has to keep his party flock together. He's been camping everywhere. And Mrs. Navjot has taken over. She is the one who has responsibility for camping for Navjot Sidhu. So clearly, battle lines are drawn. Ugly personal remarks are being made. And in between all of this, what we've seen is an ugly battle ensue between Shiromani Akali Dal and the Congress Party. Meanwhile, Navjot Sidhu is camping as far as the entire campaign management is being done. But yet, Amritsar East city, which has faced a lot of battles as far as politics is concerned, Navjot Sidhu had actually won with 60,000. The next BJP candidate had got around 17,000 votes, and the Aam Aadmi Party had got somewhere around 14,000 votes. But with Akali Dal now making a star move, what they call as a master stroke, and if Majithia is able to win this election, he could be known as a giant player. His stature will go nationally as otherwise, defeating the PCC chief. Meanwhile, for Sidhu, the trouble is that the Congress Party has not announced him as a CM face just yet. There is currently things coming in congressman And now, even his own seat, Amritsar East, is going to be contested very, very hotly by Bikram Singh Majithia. So multiple challenges here. The Navjot Singh Sidhu, all dressed in black, trying to take on that particular challenge. He's speaking up shortly after he filed his nomination. But right now, visuals of him at the DC office filing his nomination.
Kamal, stay with us. We're getting our viewers those pictures live on the screen. Essentially of Navjot Singh Sidhu right now filing for his nomination papers. Kamal, important battle for Sidhu as well as the tussle and the infighting within the Punjab Congress also continues, with Rahul Gandhi is expected really to announce who the Congress's face is going to be. He would have his fingers crossed, isn't it, this time around, given that the leadership here in Delhi hasn't given a clear indication.
See, Rahul Gandhi was here on the 27th in Jalandhar as well as in Amritsar. What he said was, I've been made it evidently clear by both Channi as well as Sidhu that one of them can be the leader. He made it very clear, and he said he will go back to the Congress workers. Unlike the Aam Aadmi Party, where a tele-survey was done, here the Congress workers are the one who will take a call. So the party high command has shied away from taking a decision. In turn, has put that decision onto the Congress workers. So multiple challenges here. One for Navjot Singh Sidhu is that his own seat is being hotly contested by Bikram Singh Majithia. There is power, there is money, there is influence, all of that in this particular election. And now this is getting personal and ugly. On the other hand, Navjot Singh Sidhu, whose name has not been announced, but we all know that there has been a bitterly fought contest between Channi as well as Sidhu. So facing multiple challenges here, but he's a maverick politician. He's always said, even if it's been unpopular as far as the rest of the country is concerned, talking about Pakistan, making his way there. So he's known to speak his mind. He's talked about Punjab model a lot. And now is the time where the Akali Dal, in a move, have decided to pin him down here in Amritsar East. But yes, as far as Mrs. Sidhu is concerned, who's holding on the fort, and she's the one who's been campaigning for him, that is one factor. But yes, it seems that Navjot Singh Sidhu will eventually have to work harder in his own constituency, and then there will be a report card and a merit list. And this is where is the voters who will eventually decide who they want to pick and choose between the hotly fought contest.
Kamal getting us all of those details of Navjot Singh Sidhu today filing for his nomination from the Amritsar East seat. And from here on, Kamal, given the manner in which Majithia has been taking on Sidhu, especially after the revelations from yesterday, and Sidhu has been taking on Majithia, linking him essentially to the drug mafia, the knives are only going to get sharpened further, isn't it?
The knives are definitely out. It's personal, it's ugly, and it's in a way very sharpened. And we've seen earlier Navjot Singh Sidhu as well as the Congress party take on Bikram Singh Majithia. The FIR was registered against him. Then there have been raids which have been conducted. First he got a reply from the High Court. Eventually the bail got cancelled. He had to move Supreme Court. And now he has a drive till January 31st. So this is what Congress says, that he's a man who's on the run. There are dirty tricks that Shrimani Akali Dal has been. One of them is obviously the drug allegation. The Akali is saying this is vindictive politics. There is no proof that even the SIT, which had actually summoned him, had given him a clean check. There are pros and cons to this particular case. But the timing of the FIR is definitely a suspect. They're saying this is an old case. Again, the other part is that the ED had also questioned Bikram Singh Majithia. The other part is about how Majithia is now hitting that, saying that Sidhu, who could not take care of his mother, who could not take care of his sister, how can he be the one taking care of his constituency or even the state for that matter? Ugly war of words between both the leaders. It all has to be seen how Punjab views this battle, because remember, ugly below the belt remarks being made here. But the specifics being that these are two tall leaders of the state, and yes, whosoever will win this contest will be known as a giant player. But remember, the dark horse in all of this could be the Aam Aadmi Party. Jeevan Jyot, many say, may not be a prominent face, but we've been speaking around, say it cannot be ruled out because these leaders have had a chance. Now, there seems to be a sway and a swell, but we saw that even in 2017, where people had predicted 80, 100 seats for Aam Aadmi Party, but eventually it came down to 20. this time around are trying to build a momentum. The Amritsar seat is something the BJP has put a candidate, Jagmohan Singh. He's a former IS officer who is a residential commissioner in Tamil Nadu House. He's the one who's been fielded. Then there is Navjot from the Aam Aadmi Party. There is Bikram Singh Majithia and Navjot Singh Sidhu. All of this being very important and keenly fought contest.